Hey, folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of the Articulate Fly. We're back with another Ruch report with the man himself, Brendan Ruch. Brendan, how are you?
Oh, doing well, Marvin. Sitting at a boat ramp parking lot on the side of a highway. Couldn't be any better. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. At least the sun hasn't gone down. That makes it a little bit better, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So good to see the changing leaves.
Yeah, there you go. And so, it's funny, since the last time we spoke, you were definitely kind of cooling off and getting into kind of technical fall fishing in your neck of the woods. What are you seeing on the water?
Last week, we had a pretty sweet bump of water that gave us some more grass like we've been talking about. But fish were eating like pre-spawn for a few days, and it was pretty nuts. So I was fortunate to experience that. And now we're kind of leveling out, and we'll start dropping again in a couple of days here. And with the clearer water and the much cooler nights, I think we're going to be experiencing like an afternoon bite window, kind of right around when you want to grab for your sandwich. But yeah, fish should be podding up a little bit heavier, and you want to pause your streamers a little bit longer than you have been.
Got it. And, to deal with the clear water, kind of how do you handle that from kind of a tackle setup, but also an approach setup?
I mean, all you can do is longer leaders, longer casts, but it's not going to be, hopefully it's not going to be like super low and clear. It's at a good average flow right now, pretty much everywhere around here. So, but yeah, so we're going to be clear tip lines until those things are just too coily, but that gives you an advantage as well. Extend those leaders a little bit, kind of just maintain the same 9-footers I've been running all summer. And then, keep the fry smaller, talking sub 4 inches. And on the gear side of things, 2.5 inch, 2.8 inch swim baits, Ned rigs bouncing off the bottom. Fly is going to be throwing some flashy stuff. If they're not responding to the flashy stuff like the Murdich, then going with some small finesse changers. And if that's not producing, they don't want to chase it all, then we're going conehead or lead eye flies.
Got it. And so, on the streamers, I know smaller, do you also maybe change the material so you have stuff that's just not going splat on the water when you cast it?
Yeah, I definitely think flies with bucktail, like when it comes to low water, the Murdich minnow is so good because it lands so softly. Those flies that have a lot more material, especially palmer material that absorbs, or doesn't absorb water, but it holds water, like in between the fibers, that's generally going to slap a lot harder if you don't give the fly time to drain. So yeah, fox, like you can fish a 6-inch foxy changer in super clear water because that thing's not going to make a sound when it hits. Whereas a craft fur changer is going to spook a fish in a 30-foot radius. So yeah, that's a good question. Material selection definitely is important when you're fishing clear water.
Yeah, got it. And got a question on the lighter side of things from Frank. He wanted to get your thoughts on the best brand of hair clipper for trimming a doodle.
I'm going to go with Phillips Norelco. I've been working on my own hair, buzzing the old head for almost a year now. And for Avit, his doodle that he's referring to, I think that would be an appropriate fit. They got a hard time cutting all his hair at once, so a little bit of a patchwork style going on. But it's a great look for him, and I think he's a good looking dog.
Yeah, I thought maybe there's a tying story in there somewhere.
Well, he's a black doodle, so that's where most of Frank's night flies come from.
Master Splinter with Labradoodle.
Yeah, he's got mostly doodle hair, veiling finesse chenille. That's most of his flies right there. Maybe a deer hair head.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on the veil and support system.
Yeah.
So, folks, we love questions on the Articulate Fly. You can DM me on social media. You can email me, whatever's easiest for you. And if we use your question, I will send you some Articulate Fly swag. And then there's an awesome swag pack from Brendan where you're going to get, Ruch angling stuff. You're going to get log jam stuff and housefly stuff. And, Brendan, as I always do, you want to let folks know where they can find you so they can get in the boat with you. I don't know, gosh, you got 2 or 3 weeks left of, smallmouth before you probably shift over to muskie.
Yeah. It won't be long now until bass are a little too potted up to warrant going out in the drift boat. But you can reach me at Brendan Ruch on Instagram, ruchangling@gmail.com, and Ruch Angling on Facebook.
Yeah, and are you already booking your muskie days?
Yes. Yeah, a little bit of side work involved in there as well. But muskie days in PA as of right now.
Yeah, and so also, too, as I always ask you, where can your adoring fans find you on the road, see you get another prison tattoo, all that kind of good stuff?
As of right now, staying local. Gonna hit Jersey next week before we talk again. Hopefully have some striper stories on the next cast. PA, Ohio for some free time.
Yeah, and for the holiday season, folks, remember organic pineapple and pecans, one of Brendan's favorites. So if you need to get him something for Christmas, hook him up there.
Yeah, the freeze dried pineapple killer.
Yeah, you need to go to Costco. Well, folks, as I always say, you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Brendan.
Take care, everyone. Thanks, Marvin.